50 edition. That's number 50 edition of the weekly show with Engineer Mike. I'm here today with me, very interesting topic, and very intelligent and talented women sitting all across the globe to educate us on some of those concepts that ONPASSIVE is using, some of those terminology that we will see in the IT world that ONPASSIVE is using them for its innovation. So tonight, the topic again is ONPASSIVE or destructive technology and ONPASSIVE. It's a very big topic that we can use forever to be, so we will have it so many episodes. Today is episode number 2 or part 2, we can call it. From the top, you people can say we can. This is one of the ladies that was being celebrated this year, just weeks ago, like 3 episodes ago on this very show. Dr. Imelda Tinglet, you will see her. She is well celebrated because she's a woman in IT or woman in technology from the United States. Next to her, we have my sister, Joyce Hicks from Michigan, USA. And we have Jennifer Dickinson from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And we have Ivy Mix from where? Denver, Colorado. Then myself. And I have Engineer Bridget Kamsi from the USA as well. Oh, Naka Willie, Canada. Dr. Benny Blessing in Tinglet from the USA. And Dr. Patience Njoku. So these powerful ladies tonight, they will tell us, I don't know what they want to tell us, but if you open your ears and you listen to what they will tell you, put it in mind and learn, okay? So there are if I calculate their years of experience, we're going to 200 years. So let's just sit comfortably, very comfortably, and listen to them as they bring forth what this technology that ONPASSIVE is using is all about, and be happy. To start up, I always have short videos to kickstart. I have this very kickstart one that will be telling us about ONPASSIVE disruptive technology. Let's start with it. Thank you, everybody. Okay, welcome back, everybody. For tonight, our moderator will be Ivy Mix. So we want to just let you know that on Passive, we have revolutionary products, okay, that will bring innovation into our businesses as disruptive as they will be, okay? And these products, some of them are already existing. We bring the innovation and the new modern technologies that are out there, and we will hear any business, be it online, offline. what kind of business that you are conducting. We will bring solutions to you right at your doorsteps. So to continue, I will hand it over now to the moderator, then she will go.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm so glad that we're all here tonight. Very powerful ladies and our own gentleman, Engineer Mike. I want to welcome everybody that is watching tonight. We are so glad to have you here. Without you, we cannot have any show, and we do not want you to hesitate to ask questions, give your comments, and let us know how we are doing. Let us know what when we say something that you need clarification on. All these people here are here to answer you. At this very moment, I would like to invite our own dear Dr. Patience, because Dr. Patience has the knack, the nick of opening us up. She has a way of telling us what we need to know about what we're going to be talking about. So, without wasting much time, I know we all know Dr. Patience, and she's been on this show. She's been our own Dr. Patience. So, Dr. Patience, Ajongwen, if you could um, um, take the mic and give us the opening sentences of this or uh, um, opening topic of the disruptive technology that we have in ONPASSIVE is revolutionary, and people need to know what we're about. So thank you, Dr. Patience.
Thank you, Mama Ivy, for asking me to speak. And I want to welcome again our one and only Dr. Emma Tinglet, our Dr. Smiling Benny's sister. So today I'm just going to sum up what we said last time. Last time we defined what disruptive technology is, which is what a disruptor is, an innovation that what alters what is already there. So we talked about disruptive technology last week. We talked about digitalization, which is the adaptation of a system process to operate the use of computers and the internet. We also talk about our artificial intelligence, machine learning, the what application programming interface. We talk about how our systems are all integrated. They can talk to each other. We have a single sign-on in one ecosystem. We also talk about our three products. We mentioned about our OTRIM, which is not a stream software with API driven by artificial intelligence that gives you hit. So it shows you how people come to your website. We also talk about our own net that also give hit. You can see where people are joining you, because all our products are driven by what artificial intelligence. We also talk about our own mail that you can do voice to text, text to voice, video, video mail, all the nice features. And we also talk about our data scientists, our inventors, our innovation lab. And today, I bet the ladies are going to talk more today. I think we're going to hear database today. We're going to hear more on artificial intelligence today. We're going to hear good stuff. But that is this topic, as we say, is going to be in series because it's very broad. It's very broad. So there's other aspect of it, visualization, database, and lot of different aspects that we're going to cover, configuration, and sorry, our old tracker, our solution, our old connect. Because we're saying that ONPASSIVE is a disruptive technology. We want to show you what we're bringing that is going to be disruptive. Because disruptive means what? Either replacing, totally overtaking what is out there because it's so superior that new adapters will want to get to it, or it might not overtake it, but a lot of people will adapt it because it's good. So that is what the whole topic is about. It's going to be a series because it's very broad. And I see we have esteemed ladies today that's going to give you the other aspect that you did not hear last week. So that was a summary of session 1. And I'm excited to hear what we have today. So back to you, Miss Moderator. We missed you last week, but we are here waiting for more things to show that ONPASSIVE also is a disruptive technology. As I said last week, It's not only disrupting the digital sense, also in the human aspect of it. And I said what I meant by that is if it's going to come and better our life, eradicate poverty, uplift humanity, uh, bring awareness and hope to the less privileged and the forgotten. That is the aspect, the human aspect that I was talking about. So it's not only disrupting the internet, disrupting the digital way, it's also going to disrupt our human life because it's going to change the way we will live our life. So I'll hand it over. That is what our topic today is. Please, all of you watching, send your question online or share us your views. Thank you, Mama Ivy, for giving me the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Patience. And I like what you just said, that the disruptive technology is not only going to be, let me put my phone off. Yeah. It's not only going to be digital, but it's going to be a human disruption. Poverty is real. When we live in this part of the world, it's like we don't know poverty, but poverty is everywhere when you see the homeless and everything. So that humanity part means so much to Mr. Ash Mufara. So I really like that part that you have brought up. Now, I have the honor and the pleasure. This is a great, great, great honor for me because I've been on maybe some webinars that I've listened to this lady, this great lady, speak. The delivery is perfect. The content is powerful. The passion is real. Who she is so powerful. You can feel it coming through the screen. I never knew I would ever be at a place where I would meet her. I used to wonder, so much, and I used to see her helping people on with ONPASSIVE. If anybody asks a question about something I don't know, she would chime in. I mean, so helpful. And I said, no, I have to find out about who she is. I have to. And if I miss something out, please correct me and make additions. I'd like to have more additions because I don't think what I'm going to be saying is sufficient to who you are today. Tonight we have Dr. Imelda Intinglet. She is one of the main highlights is she's the sister of our dear Dr. Smiling Betty. And in fact, to have two great people in your family like that, your family is amazing. Your mom and your dad, I salute them. Dr. Imelda Intinglet, she's an IT professor and academic dean in institutions of higher learning. I've heard she's been in institutions of higher learning for so many years. I love learning, and we salute you for that. She is into data analytics, and she's a subject matter expert. She's also a systems analyst and database systems engineer. She's an entrepreneur and a project management expert. Dr. Intinglet is a community advocate engaged in fostering unity among indigents. Our dear doctor is also a philanthropist with a heart towards uplifting humanity by providing basic supplies like food, water, clothing to orphanages, Center for the Blind, and nursing homes. She's also a great motivational speaker, and I'm a witness of that. She's a women's advocate against domestic violence. Dr. Imelda Intinglet is the founder of First Generation Cameroonian Americans with a vision to bring this youth under one platform to network, socialize, and bridge the social gap among the diaspora. If I have to look for more to say, I would let us hear Dr. Intinglet, and I know that we all are going to be refreshed. I want us to pick our pen and our paper up, whatever she's going to teach us. Let us learn because she's somebody with a heart. She teaches from the heart. She used to onboard so many people in the back office. I cannot say more. I'll hand the mic over to Dr. Imelda in Tinglet.
Wow. Honestly, let me clap. Let me clap because the way you have everything put, I really don't have much to say about myself because you pretty much put everything encapsulated in the verbiage that you just brought forth. So I really want to appreciate you. First, I want to thank my junior brother, Engineer Mike, for inviting me on the show. I believe this is my second appearance here, and I really want to thank you for what you're doing, educating everybody else that's out there who watches your show to become abreast of what's happening in the world of technology, especially centric to ONPASSIVE. I also want to appreciate and thank each and every one of you ladies who are there, the doctors. Again, all protocols respected. My sister, Dr. Benny, of course, she is that individual who is well known, most popularly known than I am, and I really commend her. And not forgetting my own sister from another mother, Engineer Bridget Kamsi. The rest of you, I very much appreciate you. I know all of you are expecting me to talk about something on technology. I will defer that to next week
Okay.
or to whenever Engineer Mike wants me to come back over. I'll come here and I'll spill whatever you want me to spill out. But today, I will take the opportunity as a female and as a women's advocate and one individual who really loves what Mr. Ashmufara is doing with that whole mindset and vision to uplift humanity. What I'm going to be speaking about today, it's going to go in line with what he professes, uplifting humanity, bringing the community together, making sure that people who are less privileged, one way or the other, have something in to live up to and or to live with, as well as people who are suffering out there should get out of that particular suffering state and get to be at a state where they can enjoy life. So I know all of you are waiting for me to talk on configuration management. Again, that's a topic I can speak on anytime. So I'm going to defer that again to next week. And I'll come up with all the tools that you're talking about, be it Ansible, Puppet, and all whatnot. So take your pens, keep them aside till next week. But for today, I'm going to be talking about domestic violence.
Okay.
The reason why I pick up that topic is because, again, Mr. Mufare being who he is, I will not tell you that I know him in person, but after reading about him, after being a part of all his webinars, and be it corporate or just basic private webinars, I see that he's an individual who has a heart. And if you do have a heart, you should be one person who knows that as of today, in this day and age of ours, it is totally against a natural phenomenon for any person, be it an individual from Africa, the Western world, to go and or suffer from domestic violence. And I'm bringing that up today because, again, we're about to run through the month of the International Women's Month. And I wanted to bring this out to highlight certain things so we as women in this world, day and age of today, we cannot fathom seeing any other woman go and or suffer anything with regards to or in line with domestic violence. Please, let me put this as a disclaimer. Domestic violence is not only suffered by women. Statistics reveal that all men equally suffer from domestic violence, meaning that these men endure pain that is inflicted on them by women. But if you know very well, considering that women are the weaker link in the relationships, they go through a lot of trauma. And I'm going to try to tie this with some of the tools that OnPassive is going to be providing to us. For instance, Obless, which is going to be a crowdfunding tool that we will be able to leverage from to assist some of these people who are going through this kind of inflicted pain that they endure over time. But my story goes thus, and this really concerns a family member. Less than a couple of weeks ago, a family member was well beaten by her significant other. And I'm bringing this up because I see a lot of you in the panel as women. We need to sit and stand up tall, making sure that we we go out there and advocate for women, not only women, but against domestic violence. Anything that any sort of violence, remember, domestic violence is not only physical, it can be emotional, it can be any sort. I'm just not privy to share some of the videos and or pictures of my niece that was well trashed by her significant other. And I wanted to take this opportunity to shed light on what are some of the things that you and I as women go through. Mr. Jomtamba, just to quickly check, how much time do I have? Because on another show that I appeared yesterday, it took me a whole hour. So please let me know what to what to scrutinize in this case, please.
That is all depend on the moderator. Mama Ivy, over to you.
I
Um,
apologize.
yeah. What we can do is we'll give you the time to speak about this, and we'll make it about 15 minutes, and then we'll let the others. We would ask you questions, obviously. So
I
we'll ask you
appreciate it.
questions, and then yeah, you can tell us more.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
I'm taking 15 minutes from now. So let's go. All right, my audience, everybody else, on Passivians, brand ambassadors, this goes out to you. My heart goes to all the women who are out there. And if you are that individual who is experiencing any form of violence, be it domestic, be it physical, be it emotional, please know that in the United States, we do have a hotline that you can call to reach out rather than sit there and be tortured to a point where you cannot walk, you lose your eyesight, you practically is rendered helpless. Remember, there is always help. Now, with domestic violence, most often than not, such violence occurs between intimate partners, be it a husband and a wife, a boyfriend, girlfriend, any of that nature, any combination thereof. But what we notice majority of the time, according to statistics of the net, when I did some research, at least one out of every four women is being experiences domestic violence of some sort. And also from my research again, about 20 um, 20 persons, be it female or male, experience some sort of domestic violence within the hour that is being reported here in the United States. So, if that's the case in the United States, what do we think about it in the entire world? We are hopeful that people with a heart like Mr. Mufare, who are coming up with solutions, applications, and or strategies that will keep individuals to become independent, to become non-reliant on others, to be able to satisfy themselves to the extent where they will be able to stand up for themselves, be able to reach out if the need arises. When we talk of domestic violence, we mean somebody's being beaten upon or somebody's totally being shunned against, somebody's being belittled. That's still violence, if it's not a matter of a physical beating. But what you and I prominently associate or are more acquainted with is physical violence, because again, you and I can see the bruises. For instance, if someone is beaten well, which is what happened to my niece less than a couple of weeks ago. As a matter of fact, right now, she is in a state where she really cannot move around because of the pain inflicted on her by her own husband, with whom she has three beautiful kids. And guess the irony about all of this is that this individual who is inflicting pain on my niece has all females with my niece. What does that tell you and I? One day, these young ones will step out of their home and they will be tortured one way or the other. The question now goes thus: this individual or the perpetrator who is inflicting such pain, is it that it's a mental issue? That's a point in question that you and I cannot really diagnose at this time, considering we are not medical doctors. Or is it something that the person is trying to exercise control one way or the other? That's another primary reason that a lot of people, commit such acts, because they just want to exercise control over the other individual, be it a male or a female. Remember, my disclaimer is again is that I am not only talking about domestic violence against women, but in general terms, because there are men who equally go through this. But we are hopeful that with the tools and the opportunity that is being awarded us by Mr. Mufare and his team, including his entire family, these individuals who go through this particular pain that is not meant for them originally, and or pain that is inflicted on them by people that they loved over time, should be something they will not be able to endure. Why? Because at that time they would have been able to have enough money for themselves, if they are part of ONPASSIVE, and they will be able to speak out, because I know ONPASSIVE are given a lot of us the opportunities, especially a lot of us women, the opportunity to be able to become outspoken. I recall quoting my sister, Dr. Benny. When I watched one of her videos, she indicated that one thing she loved about ONPASSIVE is the fact that it has made her to be able to boldly be able to speak publicly in a platform like this one, which is equally the same with every other individual. Not everybody is privy to be a public speaker, but the opportunities that are awarded to us by Mr. Ash Mufare will grant us that chance to be able to step up, reach out, stand up tall, and speak out when situations like those arose in our environment. We do not fathom any individual, irrespective of either being a male or female, to go through any sort of torture whatsoever. Like I said, as an advocate, a women's advocate, it does not mean that I only support women. I will not stand there and see a woman beating on a man and I say, oh, wow, this is great because it's a woman. No, not at all. Inflicting pain on any individual, be it conscious or unconscious, it's totally unacceptable. The Bible totally shuns against such things. Why should we, who are here on earth, to be allowed to go ahead and inflict pain on another person for any reason whatsoever? It is totally unfounded, uncalled for, and unexpected. Nobody should encourage such things. This message goes out to us, the females, primarily, because we are the ones who suffer the most. We are the weaker link in the relationship, but it also goes to the men. Please, women, you cannot tolerate sitting in an environment where torture and or pain is inflicted on you without cause. Even with cause, the merits for whatever cause it is not being tortured physically. You do not use your hands on anybody whatsoever. In the United States, where I am, I can't even beat my own child. All of us who are parents here in the US, social services is going to be right behind us. So why do you take pride, be it the husband, be it a boyfriend? Why do you take pride in inflicting such pain? And the irony about it is when they're doing this, they target those parts of the body that are just ready to dislocate this individual's features. For instance, punching at somebody's eyes. Mr. OJONGTAMBIA, I apologize. I would have brought in my clips and or the pictures of my niece and demoed them here like I appeared in the Lambom Bomb show yesterday. And those pictures were aired out. These are things that I want to create awareness to women and to all individuals as we go through the end of this International Women's Month. Let me seize this chance and just make all women know that, please, there is help out there. There is another life to just being where you are. We all cherish our marriages. If it wasn't meant to be, it's not going to be because you decide to succumb to the beatings. You can be killed before you realize it. And at that time, it's going to be absolutely very late. So the question for my future discussion is to do a lot more research to find out what are the triggers of such domestic violence and how can we curb such things. Curbing them, it's incumbent upon you, the woman, and or the man upon whom such pain is being inflicted. You need to step out of the way, just totally leave the environment. And you, that perpetrator, whoever is inflicting such pain, you can do better. If you are looking for a punch bag to be wrestling with, it's not your wife, it's not your sister, it's not your significant other, if it's a male or female. Please do not use a person as that particular thing that you can punch at any time, because again, life is too precious. And this is all what Mr. Mufara is professing to us. Okay, the vision that he has to uplift humanity is to make people step up from wherever they are and become a lot better. That's uplifting you, making you feel better about yourself. You can never feel better about yourself if somebody constantly keeps suppressing you with beatings. With beatings, this is totally unheard of, unacceptable, and I don't think anybody out there, irrespective of who they are, except they are serial. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, except they are serial molesters who will take pride in inflicting pain on others. That said, I will stand here to say we should stand up tall, be able to support each other, be each and every other person's keeper, and realize that we monitor our surroundings to see if any individual around us, be it male or female, is going through some kind of trauma. Those signals are very much very clear. In a sense where if you're used to an individual who is very, very, very jovial and smiley all the time, like my sister does, and for any reason you realize that she's not smiling, then please, you need to check on her and find out what's going on. It is evident that that person is going through some kind of trouble. And for today, my focus again is to advise against domestic violence. Do not take it for any reason whatsoever. I don't care if you're trying to protect and save your marriage because of the many children you have or because you cannot be able to support yourself. There are philanthropic organizations out there, philanthropic individuals like us. I'm not saying I have a lot, but the little that I have, I can share with you to keep you safe and protected. For now, I'm going to yield, Mr. OJONGTAMBIA, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Mama Ivy, can I come in 1 minute, please?
You have 1 minute, sir. Today is
Thank you. So what I just want to bring in is that thank you, Dr. Melda, very much. There is no topic which is that doesn't have a depth and doesn't have a meaning in all what we're doing here. Okay, so everybody, even if we want to talk about disruptive technology, when you look at yourself, you can't log in here and you can change it completely. Like her spirit just led her to change it completely. Thank you very much. But guess what? I have a social expert here, social worker, Sister Joyce Hicks. She will be so interested to work with you. Okay, so like you guys will change up, like exchange numbers. I'll pass on her number to you, and I'm sure she has so many questions for you. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Over to you, Mama Ivy. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. You are king, so we give you the first. No domestic violence against you tonight. I trust me. Yeah. So what I'll say is I decided to give our doctor this time because apart from it being a Women's Month, we cannot push it under the rug. You see, in the last few weeks or months, we've heard of women being dismembered in the national news. We've heard of somebody's head being cut off. We've heard of somebody who cut all the parts of the wife and put it in a garbage. I mean, very, very gruesome details. Now, the one trend we should learn from Dr. Imelda tonight is there were signs. So many people said we saw the woman not happy. We saw the guy pushing the woman in the car. We saw the woman crying. Do you get me? I don't want any woman and definitely crying over your computer. We are doing this digital age. Can you imagine if you have been beaten up by your husband? You're on this thing typing and you're weeping. You're feeding your baby and the tears are falling on your baby. You know, so thank you for bringing this thing up. You spoke from your heart, and I'm so happy that Joyce is here tonight, and that is her passion. And we would all put our hands together, and we should not forget that money answereth all things. This domestic violence, most of the time, is coming from poverty. It's coming from poverty. So we are in line. This money, this a great a platform that we are on, this great Ashmufare is giving something to do. You can do something. Most women, because they don't have anything to do, they don't have any trade, they don't have any hope. That's the reason why they endure such things. But let me tell you something. We have so much talent to bring out. And after some time, all these forums that we are on will just be talking about what a woman can do to empower her life. What business can she do? What can she learn? So thank you, Dr. Imelda. We appreciate you. And surely I know Engineer Mike is going to invite you here once again. Who would like to go next after this? This is going to be very tough. This is like heart pulling. Are you getting me? So I don't know how you're going to talk about this scientific data that Engineer Mike has put in our heads at this time. At this time, we want to talk about babies. We want to talk about, but anyway, who's going to go next? Engineer Bridget, are you ready for the task?
I just want to suggest something before we proceed. Can we feed into what Dr. Imelda has started, or should we?
That is what I said, Engineer Bridget. Let's carry it on right to the end.
Oh, okay, because that's what I was going to suggest, that we should proceed with what she has started.
Yeah.
And and in that case, I think Sister Joyce would be a perfect candidate to kind of talk about.
Start off. Yes, let's do this.
Okay, so if we're going to everybody's going to chime in on this domestic violence. We'll give everybody, like, the time is going, so we'll just be mindful of our time. 3 to not more than 5 minutes to feed into the subject of domestic violence. Thank you so much. And Joyce, you are the most fitting person to go at this time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Imelda. That was awesome. Your presentation was just right on point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is so important to bring awareness to domestic violence because, like you said, and it affects everyone. Domestic violence has no respect, as you said, whether male or female. It's there. It's just it can happen to anyone from any walk of life. It just does not matter. Sometimes people find themselves in a place and they don't know how they got there. But like you said, it's like it happens. And I have my daughter was a victim of domestic violence, so I completely relate to that, and I understand that. And sometimes you wonder how a person got there, and you think it's easy to get out, but it's not. It's a hard step because you're there. And I always say, if when you see a picture, and if you're inside that frame, you can't see anything differently until you step outside the frame. Then you can see the situation or the position that you're in. So bringing up this subject, especially with Women's International Women's Month, is just like, it's so important. It's so important that we're aware of it, and that one that is not, something's not right about them, and something's going on. They're crying, they're sad, and if they're going through, it's always good to reach out to someone, to check on each other, to make sure that we're okay, and realize that it's okay to say that I'm not okay. And so, just knowing that, and knowing that you have support. And as you said, there's people out there that care. There are agencies out there, especially so much out there. But sometimes it's so hard to get up that courage to reach out. But when we let each other know, especially as women, that we're there for each other, that we support each other, and that there's nothing too hard that we can go through that we cannot get out of. So, just being there and being available to people, sometimes just your presence and your smile and your, it just lightens up that person's day, and it gives them that feeling that someone is there. You may not even say anything to that person, but just your smile it may help them to say, it may give them the opportunity and the courage to step out and reach out to you. So, domestic violence is a very great topic. Thank you so much for bringing it. If you ever need help, I always say it's reach out to someone. There's professional help. There's, your sisters, your brothers, whatever organization you belong to. There's someone out there that cares. Never, always know that you're never alone. That there's always someone there for you. So, if we could get this message out to everyone and to let everyone know that there is a way out. Even if you feel like you're trapped and you feel like there's no way out, there is a way out. And we can help each other. There's so many agencies and so many people out there that's willing to help. And with ONPASSIVE, as you said, Bless is going to be just key to this, and we'll be able to help and to bless so many people. I just can't wait for this to Bless to because it's going to open up the world of resources for so many people. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Melda, for bringing that topic and making us aware. And we will spread the word and we will reach out and help each other. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Joyce. And we're happy that you're here. And the most important thing that you said is never think that you cannot get out. You can get out and then you can talk to somebody. Somebody wants to help you. Somebody hates that. There's somebody who doesn't want to see a woman cry. And anytime we see somebody not happy, we should help the person. And we should not forget, like Dr. Imelda said, there are triggers. You see, the triggers are there. When you see the triggers, when you see the anger coming up, you can go away. And then don't forget, we respect our men too. Even though we are talking about ourselves like it's domestic violence against us, she also brought up that you're not allowed to do the opposite. So we should not forget to respect our men, learn how to talk to them. When we see them very angry and all that, we should watch those triggers too, because you're watching out for your life and for your kids. Thank you so much. If you don't mind, we would like Miss Jennifer to give her comments. If you could keep it down short so that we can have everybody, because this comment has to be commented on. And also, I just wanted to say to the people viewing us, we've seen your comments and it's touching. You can go on and load this chat with what you think. Thank you so much.
Hi. Yeah, I guess on this topic, I'd also like to point out the when people are psychologically abused by their spouse, sometimes that can go unnoticed, or people don't realize that that is still considered domestic violence or abuse. When your spouse is making you feel stupid, or constantly putting you down, gaslighting you. For people that don't know what gaslighting is, it's when they attack you psychologically and they make you question your own sanity. They make you unsure of what the reality actually is happening. They make you think you're going crazy. And the really frightening part about that is that you end up looking like the crazy one, because they make everybody think that they're the good guy and you're the crazy one. So just, in that situation, people watch out for that too, because that happens a lot for women and they don't realize it's happening. So that's a topic or point that I just wanted to bring up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you. That's the truth. Some people will talk down on you. Don't allow that to, because that's how it starts. When you allow them to talk down on you, then it's like, now I can do anything. But anyway, thank you so much for those words. And I would like to call to the mic at this time our precious Sister Bridget, Engineer Bridget. And this is a very touching topic. And we all feel like crying, but we feel empowered that we can do this. We can let all the women win. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Melda, and thank you, Sister Joyce, and thank you, Sister Jennifer. I have a little comment about the situation. From my own little research that I've done on this topic, oftentimes women, we always feel like we are tough, and we are the ones that have to make things happen. And if there's a domestic violence going on, you feel like you have done something wrong and you still want to tough it out, and you keep toughing it and toughing it, and you feel like maybe it's something that you've done wrong, and it keeps going the opposite direction to the point where there is no more hope. So I would say that we can always reach out to people and not feel that way. You have to feel like you need help, not thinking you're so tough that you cannot ask for help. That's my own little, advice that I would give.
Thank you so much, Sister Bridget. You know, women, we take care of everybody and do not take care of ourselves because we feel we are tough. But we are being destroyed in our toughness, and we are not called to do that. So I thank you, Dr. Imelda, once again. We will keep on referring to you because you've brought up what we don't talk about. So thank you so much. And Engineer Mike, we're going to let you also comment on this thing. So be ready. I'm going to call. Yeah, I'm going to call right now. I was going to call Naka. Did I see Naka? Did she vanish? Okay, she's back. Yeah. Yeah. So this one is a forum that we're giving everybody the chance to speak. So yeah, so everybody's going to speak.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Ivy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Imelda. This is really, really important subject. And I think what will help other women, it's really unity. We need to be all the women, we need to support each other, and then we need to be united, and we need to teach each other the tips how to get out of these situations, and is important. And I hope academy will be used to
Mm,
teach all the women who are facing this to really know how to get out of these situations. And I think most of the time women are ashamed, and I heard many women here saying that people want to save marriage, and they want to save because they have kids, and they want to save all this. And yeah, it's really good, but I think we need to think about ourselves as well, instead of staying there and facing and taking all the blames, and hurting ourselves.
mhm.
So I'm so happy that this was brought up, and so that some people who are really there and hiding, they can come out, and together we will beat this fight. Thank you so much. I think that's what I have to add. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. You brought up a very important aspect, that the use of academy. We are on an
Yes.
passive forum. So anything that ONPASSIVE is going to do to aid all that we are about in life, we're going to use it. We're going to use whatever they have to change every kind of situation. And you talking about academy is a great point. And Sister Joyce, you will be our contact point in this, that social work that you do. We'll link you up with so many people who are going through this. We want to thank you so much. At this point, I would like to invite our own dear Dr. Benny. Dr. Benny, if you have some few comments to make about this issue, I trust that we would revisit the subject once again. And all the people watching us, just in case you were late or something, it's not like we're not talking about our technology subject anymore. This Women's Month, we are bringing out domestic violence. If you have comments, you can put it on the chat. And if you have questions too, you can ask us. Thank you.
You want me? Jesus, me. Oh,
Yes.
Lord. Now, how many minutes do you have for me?
Five. Truly, it's going to be five because Dr.
Anyway,
Benny is going to be
sorry.
five.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Queen Ivy, for giving me this opportunity. I want to welcome all our ladies here on the panel. And our brother engineer, Michael. Most importantly, there's one person I want to thank first before I can proceed. That's why I was asking how many minutes. I first of all want to thank somebody who created all of us in his image, our Father in heaven. If it wasn't for him, we will not be here. Again, I want to thank our Father for sending our visionary to all of us. This, our visionary, was not selfish. He decided to give us all this opportunity. And I also want to thank all our brand ambassadors because we are all visionary as well. Dr. Professor Imelda Antinglet. This topic, I love it. Why do I love it? Because I love our women. Ladies, before you get married, you need to know who this man is. Please forgive me. I am for the ladies, and I don't take nonsense. Ladies, that is why I always say educate yourself. Do not just go and get married just because the man has money, the man is rich. No. And let me say from the beginning, before getting married, I know you guys have to be friendship to know that person. Before knowing that person, you need to find out from the previous. Maybe he was going out with somebody and he used to beat that woman. You need to know. Because if you know that, and then you decide to marry this man, then you are crazy or you are stupid. I am saying it at the bottom of my heart. Right? Women, please educate yourself. Now, if a man take his hands, please, I always say, take his dirty hands to slap you, and you sitting right there. Are you kidding me? I will not. I will not sit. Although I will try to fight back. Well, you have to defend yourself, right? Are you going to just sit and let the man just slap you? No, I will not. As soon as he touches me, I'm telling you, I will pack my things and my children and leave. Why are you staying there? Because of the children? Take your children with you. Because you know that he would take that anger to beat your kids as well. Then he can go and marry another woman. Please. I know we talk about academy. Yes, it's time because it's one of our solutions that we'll be able to teach our ladies. And another thing will be ONET, right? ONET is a social media, right? Just like Facebook, that you guys can sit and say, oh, my husband used to beat me. Why? What did I do? The women will sit in the group and they will talk about it. Then another person will tell you, okay, this is what he did. And this is what I used to defend myself, right? Communication is the key in every relationship, as well as women. When you're using the social media, since we do have our own net coming up, we do have own net, right? That you can communicate with your friends. You guys talk about what is happening. I know most of the time men get upset. They say, oh, women, they kongosa, right? Oh, no, you have to. You have to tell your problem. I can't just sit like this and then I'll die within me. I will not do that. I will tell my problem. And if you can help me, I'm telling the truth. I'm not playing.
Sister Engineer Bridget.
Okay.
I'm
All
not
right.
here to play. Serious.
Oh my God.
I'm
Thank
talking to the ladies. Now that we're going to have this academy, it's about time that I believe Professor Ntinglet Imelda will be there to teach, and any other instructor to teach. But I will be there to say, you slap me, I slap you. Please forgive me. But we have to work together. Like I stated before, communication is a key. Educate yourself. Don't just sit there. Don't go there for money. That is why you have to go to work yourself. Don't just sit because your husband says you should stay home and take care of the kids, and then he will start controlling you. No. I will not do that. And I'm talking to all our younger girls. I will not let my daughter to take nonsense, because I will be there to fight. Thank you. I don't want to sit here and talk. Yes, man. Thank you.
We just want to thank you, Dr. Benny. We thank you. We thank God for ONET. We thank God that we have a communication tool. We thank God that we're not going to take matters into our own hands. We can call 911. We can leave. Do you get me? And there is the possibility of greater learning. And we really, really appreciate you, Dr. Benny. We like your fire. We like your passion. We like the fact that you're teaching women that we can learn, we can go to school, we can earn our own money. So I just want to thank you for your insight. At this time, I'll bring precious Dr. Pat to give us her thoughts on this subject. And don't forget, in the chat, please put your comments in and make sure that you come back again, because we shall revisit. And if you want us to revisit this topic too, you can let us know in the chat. Thank you, Dr. Pat.
Eku eme. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but you can translate.
Osinachi was a musician.
Oh, yeah. I remember, yeah.
A gospel singer, a minister of the word, and she died in the course of domestic violence. So we've heard our voice during this Women Month series, trying to emphasize to all of us, mothers, grandmothers, auntie, sister, to continue to empower our girls, young girls, to do what? Study, think of making it, getting their own money, as Dr. Benny said, but I don't support that violence part, right? If somebody raises their hand, that hand will not come down. As the hand is on the air, that will be the end of it. So we're supposed to empower them, self-esteem, and for them to be able to discern whether there's love or lust. A lot of people marry for lust. The guy has 6 packs, is tall, and the guy has nothing. Then you see 6 packs and tall and muscles and looking good. That's nice. What does that mean? It means nothing. So we have to empower our sisters and brothers, and we have to empower them to be able to dissent. Because as you said, all of us have said it. Typically, in the case of a man, because there's also domestic violence on the men, but majority of the time on the women. You see, when a man hits a woman, you come out with a gift. So I'm sorry, you make me do it. I will not do it again. But then take this. And the woman is like, okay, yeah, he didn't mean it. It's a mistake. It happens, and it happens. They're the ones that are brought on in the Lord, brought in the church. Oh, we can't divorce. It's against the law. I am against divorce. Trust me. But I will not let any of my sisters, daughters, stay in a marriage with domestic violence because divorce is not allowed. That will not happen. You cannot sit on the fire and it's burning you and you're sitting there. You can't move because you say, I don't want to be divorced. It's a shame. Because even though women talk, even though they say women gossip, as Auntie Dr. Benny was saying, we don't talk about domestic violence. Everybody wants to pretend that I'm in the best relationship. Okay? They don't talk about that part. And we have to start letting people that know that it's okay to talk, but look for the right person. Because if I come and talk to one of my sisters that are just a gossiper to go and laugh about it, it's not going to help me. We have to descend to say, okay, where do I share this to get the help? Because maybe the husband just need counseling, needs help. Because maybe the husband is doing that because he grew up in that type of environment. I'm not saying the first bar you're wanting to divorce, you take yourself as a woman to a safe heaven and find treatment for a willing husband. Because some of them, they just grew through that, seeing that happening, seeing the dad or the uncle or the grandfather being authoritative and just hitting women. Maybe they just need help. But the ones that doesn't have help, walk away. It is, you cannot, a dead woman cannot be a mother. Because we say we'll stay for the children, for the sake of the children. Can you be a mother if you're dead? Ochanachi left with 4 kids. They don't have a mother now, and they were very young. She stayed in that marriage even when the man cut her off completely from the family. She stayed because she's a woman of God. She stayed because divorce was not allowed. She stayed because she said, I'm praying for him, he will change. And what happened? She died. And her 4 young kids have no mother. Oh, I can't move, it will be a disgrace to my family. There's nothing like disgrace when you're dead. It's better to be alive and take care of your children if you have kids than to be dead. There's no dead mother. A dead mother cannot take care of kids. So let's start trying to teach our daughters, our nieces, our sisters, younger sisters, to how to descend. I've told my kids, you get married as the moment the man raises the hand up, you should be out. I'm not saying that you should fight them. The hand will not even come down. You should be out. Don't let anybody say you are the cause. God made us what woman, not of a man. From the rib, so that the man can protect, love, not to dominate and pound you like a piece of cocoyam. No, that's not what we're made for. Say the Italian prophet that said that the woman is the neck and the man is the head. Can you move your head without moving your neck? So once we women start seeing our importance in a relationship, women make this. If a woman is not there to make the house, we talk about majority statistics here. So men do make the house. The majority of the time, the woman is the one that builds a home. So if you're the one that builds a home, you have that power. If somebody cannot move their head without the neck, try it. But from the good inset, you have to understand each other communication language and try not to marry somebody because of lust. If to our sons, don't marry the woman because the woman have curve. Have you seen that woman curve? Have you seen the boob, the backside? That's nonsense. That's not what you use to marry it. That's how you select a partner, a life partner. You look into the heart. Look inside, not outside. The beauty is inside. And it's hard to discern the beauty. If you cannot see inner beauty, you are making a wrong decision. We just have to keep empowering our women. I think it wasn't a topic planned for today, but it's a good topic for a woman history month. Thanks, Dr. Emada Tinglet, for bringing up this topic. It's a very important topic in my heart. I've unfortunately taken 2 of my daughters out of marriage. I don't prescribe marriage. I don't prescribe divorce. But I took 2 of my daughters out of marriage. They had 2 young kids. 2 young kids. I tell you guys, you'll be able to do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but you will do it if you only listen to me. And trust me, they have thrived and they've raised their children independently, alone, and they're doing beautifully. I said, it is difficult for me as a mother to tell you to get out, but you have to get out. You have to be alive to raise your children than be dead. The man is not reformable. It's not reformable. You have to get out. I'm telling you today, get out. Oh, mom, how am I going? I said, you will do it. I'll support you the way I can support you, but you are going to do it. And I applaud them because they did it. They did it on their own, and the kids are doing well. It wasn't an easy decision for them as well, Because even as a mother, they talk out of it, right? But they're in that relationship. They have that emotional attachment. They're seeing their two young kids together without their father. The father that supposedly loved them so much. I said, no, my daughter, get out of that relationship. I'm sorry that I'm your mother. I'm telling you to divorce, but you have to. And now they tell me that, thank you. It's difficult that we had to leave the people that we love and had to have children that going holiday here. But at the end of the month, thank you. I can see the difference now. There was like a scale in the eye. Take that scale away from them. Please, if you have any relative, don't tell them, stay there, it's a disgrace. Please don't do that. If it's somebody that can take counseling and reform, great. But make sure your relatives are safe. Take them out of that situation and try to resolve it. And if you cannot, it's okay. It's hard on the children, but if you have a good support system, they will be okay. Thank you, Dr. Imelda Tingler, for bringing the topic. Thank you, Mama Ivy, for letting me share again. Thank you, Engineer Mike, for this platform. We're also in a great place to help others. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Patience. I thank you so much. And what we're all learning from this is coming back to ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE has taught us to be outspoken. We didn't know how to speak before. There's so many people who used to hide. But now we are speaking, and this is a place they can come to. Our platforms are going to be so huge that everybody will be looking for an ONPASSIVE something to connect to be delivered from every kind of situation. So we want to thank Mr. Ash Mufara again. He said, in the next 2 to 5 years, nobody should die. No woman should die, please. He said it. No woman should die. None of our children, none of our fellow women should die. Yes, and I just wanted to say thank you for your observations and thank you for being strong. You see how she was strong for her daughters? We have to be strong for our own, for communities that are going through that. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to say, Engineer Mike, it's your turn. And I give you the power and the freedom to close us out. And right now, you're going to be the man in this situation. We love you. We want to say you are a king. You've empowered us. You see how beautiful it is? You've made us stronger, not weaker. So you are so much of an example. You're so much of an example so that other guys who feel that, oh, if I make a woman stronger, I'll be weaker. No, look, you're more powerful. Look at how we all praise you. So we want everybody to know that women who are empowered praise their guys. So thank you so much. We praise you and we praise any guy who empowers their women. Thank you so much. And then we love you, Dr. Imelda. We love you, all the women. I could go on and on. I'm so empowered to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Ivy. Excuse me. Thank you, all the women. I will just speak a little bit, then I will definitely give Dr. Imelda the floor to close us out for today. She has the privilege, Professor Imelda. So let me start with this. When I was young, I used to be that kind of my mom's favorite child, okay? I was raised by my mom. So without any father figure, my mom raised me single-handedly to be what I am today. I love her so much. May her soul rest in perfect peace. But I know everywhere that she is, she's looking up on me from top because we had a lot of bonding, a lot. She was my best friend. Yeah. So she got up and told me one day, she said, hey, she calls me by my middle name, Awo. Do you love me? I say, yes, Mom. Mike, do you love me? I say, yes, Mom. She said, you're going to be a man. And from today, if you say you love me, never, ever you raise your hand on a woman. She was a teacher, okay? My mom was a teacher, so you know how strict teachers can be, right? She was just she tells me things like straight up. She doesn't go to the back and go no. She's a straight shooter, as you women call it, okay? She went straight up. She's like, never you ever raise your hand on a woman if you say you love me. I was about, how much, like 12, 13 or 15 years about that. But from that day till today, as I tell you, if I have any grievances with a woman, I just walk away. I don't talk to you. I just walk away. I just go. Yeah. I learned to be that way to avoid a lot of things, because I look at a woman and I look at myself. So I just need to go because I don't want to cause no havoc. It's either one of us will be finally go to the hospital, visit the hospital or something for an emergency. So so from that day, all of my life, I have never ever raised my hand on a woman. Like I say, when we quarrel, I just walk away. That's all. So I want to thank you, Dr. Melda, for bringing up this topic. There's a lot, like we say, there is a problem. It's like the people who are in the domestic violence, they are brainwashed or something that they cannot even come and tell you about it. I have discovered so many. I will see a woman that has like, oh, my eyes, what's wrong with her? I don't touch me. The shouting bed. What happened to you? Oh no, I fell from that. No. Then I've discovered some other one some months ago, and the little girl, her child. Oh no, daddy. Okay. So she's covered up for what happened to her, and the little child who saw it said, "No, it's daddy that." Okay. She tried to shush the child to not to come up and continue. So a lot of that happens. But with you women and with the movement, the platform that you people will have in ONPASSIVE, it will help us to eradicate a lot of these societal ills, as I can call them, because domestic violence is not normal, right? I've seen so many women have lost their life, or men, due to domestic violence. So it's a societal ill. So this platform will be used a lot by all of you women to educate other women about this topic. And our sister Joyce Hicks is right here. She will be one of the champions of this movement, of this project, to help on all of this. Dr. Benny as well is a guidance counselor. So we need all of you women on hands on deck. Let's get this going. Thank you, every other person who is viewing us tonight. It's a very big topic. Maybe, I don't know whether it will continue next week or so. I don't know. Dr. Melda, over to you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Engineer Mike, again for giving me the opportunity to come up front. I really want to appreciate you for giving me this chance again one more time. And those of you who participated, chimed in with one word or the other regarding this particular topic, I commend you all, and I just want all of us to work together as one people to ensure that a message is communicated out there. We want to emulate men like Engineer Mike, who grew up being told never to raise their hands. And if you are a man out there who is used to doing such things, maybe because you grew up in an environment where domestic violence and obedience, physical torture was something you saw your whole life, you probably need to seek help. Because all of us here, the women who came and spoke against domestic violence, let's switch the coins and play a devil's advocate against those perpetrators. Granted, we are not commending them for doing that. Some of them are probably very sick and they need to reach out for psychiatric treatment. I'm not a psych doctor or whatever it is, but I believe that they are people who are suffering internally or even externally. There might even be certain things that are causing them to inflict pain on others, which gives them gratification and make them wholesome. They definitely are people who are suffering from one thing or the other. We are hopeful that with all the packages, all the tools, and all the products that Mr. Ash Mufara will be making and or providing to all of us, I believe that it's going to eradicate a lot of this controversies that are out there, all these unexpected happenings, especially those that can potentially get rid of an individual in this world, of which you and I are not privileged to do anything to another human being, because we cannot make a human being. We can give birth to them, but it's not in our making that these individuals came to earth. But nonetheless, this is a topic that we really need to carry forth and make sure that we make it well known as much as possible in an effort to educate others who are probably shy to even come out and present themselves as victims. Those who are victimized in this kind of situation, honestly speaking, I don't know what to say. I feel emotional about it. I haven't been a victim of domestic violence in any of my relationships, and it will never happen because I wouldn't give that opportunity. Like my sister says, I might not use my hand to touch them, but I won't give you that chance to strike on me one time, let alone another time. And we women should stand to uplift each other, encourage them, be their supporters, be each other's keeper. Make sure you learn how to learn and understand those signs that could potentially give way to something that is existing within them that you and I cannot really bring out. And if you are not that individual that has the counseling skills to extrapolate what is hidden behind that fake smile, that fake teeth, or fake laughter, learn how to do it. And we are hopeful that the products we're going to be using will definitely give us that opportunity to study and or teach others how they can be able to pick on some of these signs that are clear indicators of something happening in each other's life. But again, my disclaimer goes thus: domestic violence is not only against women. We are highlighting this during this month because it's the month of honoring our women. So we know that some men do go through this, and we will be talking about that as time goes on. And so on that note, please don't come after me. I'm just a women's advocate, but I do know that domestic violence, the weaker link in a relationship is the woman, and they suffer the most, according to statistics that's out there. So again, I want to thank you again, Engineer Mike, for this opportunity. And I apologize for derailing all of you from your tech talk you all had today to talk about something that is very, very, very important in our lives. Again, thank you guys so much. Thanks to the panelists. Thanks to the audience, all you brand ambassadors. I applaud you all, and I love you all. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and you did not derail us. You put the light bulb on. You put the light bulb on. Do you get me? You put the light bulb on. Because we're talking about other things. So this is a big light that is all on us tonight. And I can see that the chat is so active. So it means that the light bulb did not only come for us, but it came for all the people watching us and all the people who will be watching in future. So we want to say thank you to all the panelists for being here. Great, great, great energy, great, great passion. And I also want to say thank you to all our viewers. I can see from the chat that you're so engaged. So I just want to thank you, and we'll say good night for now. We don't know if we have a video that our engineer would show us before we go after the video. We'll go night. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you on Monday. You know, the times have, the times have been so, yeah. Yeah.
sound. All right. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay.
Oh, okay. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I said, we just want to say thank you, our viewers, our audience, everybody, our presenters, and our moderator. We say thank you. We are so in it to win it, which is our slogan in ONPASSIVE. Can we go? We are in it to win it.
In it to win it.
We are so in it to win it. We are in it to win it. So in it to win
We are
it.
so in it to win it.
Oh,